Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Chinezeslife. So as you guys know, we are here for another Wind Down Wednesday. So for those of you who may not be familiar with what Wind Down Wednesday is, the whole concept is that it's basically the middle of the week. And this is just taking some time to, de-stress, do that little thing that you like to do. And especially now with everything going on, just another way to practice self-care. So one of the ways that I do that is by using my creative side and then also with some wine, because I think wine is just able to, make a lot of things better. And if you guys ever have a topic that you want me to discuss or whatever the case may be, definitely let me know down in the comments, or you can reach out to me via email or reach out on social media, whatever is the easiest for you, and I'll make sure to get back to you. And also the wine suggestions too, y'all. I'm gonna tell you right now, the wine that I have today, I'm not really feeling it too much. And that's specifically because it doesn't get me to where I need to be by a certain cup. Because the main reason why, with wine, I think that by the first cup, you should be able to have that feeling and be like, all right, yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit feeling good. But with this particular wine that I'm drinking today and that I've had over the past few weeks, it's just not doing it for me. I don't know what it is, but I'll be on my third or fourth cup and literally still feel nothing. And at this point, I'm just drinking calories away, so I just stop. So I'm like, all right, that's too much. If it takes 4 cups to not even feel anything yet, how many cups is it actually gonna take to actually be lit? You know what I mean? And even though I'd be relaxing with it, I might as well just drink juice if it's not gonna have the effects that an alcohol would have, it tasted good, not gonna lie, but the effects, it was not doing what I had to do. But nevertheless, if you are just looking for something sweet, I feel like I just slandered the wine before I even told you guys what it was. But as you can see, I had to finish it, right? So this is a red cab by Carlo Rossi. And it is, Cabernet Sauvignon. Cabernet Sauvignon. And it's a Californian table wine. So if you see me sipping, you'll know what I'm sipping on. So now that we have that settled, let's go ahead and get into today's video. So as of last Wednesday, April 15th, it's officially been 1 whole month since I've launched my Instagram page. And for those of you who may not be familiar with the significance of that, is basically my new Instagram page, which is chinezeslife, has just recently been created and recently been launched. And what I do with that page is I want to share more of my lifestyle, more of my travel, just different things like that. And it's just another way for me to have that creative outlet and to be able to share, because it's able to combine my love for writing, my love for taking pictures, and just sharing my world really, aside from my actual job as a videographer. So that's something that I literally slept on myself for the longest time. First of all, I was supposed to launch a year ago, or definitely 2 years ago. And then most recently I was supposed to launch on November 15th. I had everything, not everything ready, but I had a good amount of content ready to go. But then I just kind of let it slide, and the months were going by, and I realized, my sis, let's just go get this on a roll. Come on, you've literally wasted enough time just doubting yourself and thinking that, it's not going to be good enough, or thinking that you won't be consistent enough, or thinking that no one's going to like it or follow it. But then I realized, I'm honestly, if I keep on having this negative mindset towards things like that, it's not going to bring me any more success. It's not going to help me. So starting with what I've learned so far, I definitely say one of the most important things that kind of having this page and keeping up with it is that planning in advance literally will be such a lifesaver, make your life so much easier, make things flow smoother. I'm someone who is very much so a planner and someone who stays organized. If I'm not organized, it kind of will just drive me crazy, or I won't be as productive. Even if it's just simple tasks that I want to do in the day, I literally write a to-do list for almost every day when I remember to. I usually try to do it at night, because again, that's just me planning ahead. I'm just 5 steps ahead of myself at all times. I don't know if that's an OCD thing, or if that's just normal, or I don't know. What do you guys do when you're planning ahead? How far in advance do you plan? I make a folder on my phone called Chinezeslife. So any picture that I take that I think I may eventually want to post, I'll save it to that folder on my phone. And then from that folder, I have a separate folder called Choose. So then that's after I favorite all the, because I take multiple pictures. I think you guys have probably seen, if you follow me on social media, I'll usually have 50 to 200 pictures from just one day, and I'll only end up posting 3 or 4 like ever. So I have a lot to go through. So not all of those 50 to 200 pictures make it onto my phone. Probably like 25 do, and then from there I'm still narrowing it down. But then when I'm finally finding the pictures that I want to post, instead of having to scroll through and like try to find it, I already have a folder that it's set to. So that way, when it's time for me to go post on Instagram, like those pictures are already there. And then even a step ahead of that is the planning that comes before the pictures. So I usually like to have like a brainstorm day at least once a week, because obviously like ideas can come to you at a random time, like, oh wow, that would be a really cool concept, or oh wow, like I want to make a post about this week, or like if a holiday is coming up, for example, today was Earth Day. I didn't necessarily, like I had something in plan for today, not knowing that today was Earth Day. But then when I saw that it was, I went to the content that I already had in that folder and was able to pick something out that was like timely. So sometimes you'll have to do that, but having the option to be able to swap is definitely like, again, like a lifesaver, because I didn't have to go out of my way to go and take more pictures, edit more pictures, when I literally could just go to the folder and be like, oh yeah, this would be good too, something that I haven't used before. What I will say is that literally in my notes, like I'll write down like so many ideas, and then from there I'll kind of like create like mini series in a way. So each post goes in a specific like kind of order. So I'll like line posts up like 3 at a time, obviously, since Instagram, when you make like the rows after, it'll show 3 pictures. And I'm thinking ahead again by like thinking like, like, okay, well, would this picture look good here? Should I put it there? What would it look like if I did this, did that? And there's actually an app for that. I don't use it currently just because, you know, I'm gonna probably start using it. I don't think that I had a use for it as much in the past, but now that I try to post at least like 2 to 3 times per week, and usually on my story every day, because something that's important with trying to build a brand and like grow your content and grow your following is that people are gonna want to see you consistently if they're following you, you know? Because for me, like that's my main thing, like by having this page, I just wanna be able to share my life, but then also like share advice, or just share positivity, spread love with what it is that I'm posting, and also interacting back with people who are commenting too. I think that that's something important too, especially when you're trying to build that engagement, is just always responding to people, or at least liking their messages. And I also feel like it's not killing you to do so. So definitely, like, you know, at least try to show some love, because again, like no one is forced to follow you. So that's why, again, like I literally will repeat in each and every video on this channel, like how thankful I am that you guys are actually taking time out of your day to watch my content, because again, like you're literally, no one is holding like a gun to your head. You're not forced to watch this. So again, thank you guys for supporting me. Like I literally do appreciate it. No matter how many times I say it, I want you to know what I've learned is that you should be planning ahead so that it's easier to be consistent, because again, there will be times where you may like run out of content. And especially me now, like the fact that I want to have my page have a travel aspect, because I'm being very bougie in the case that I'm only using pictures that are taken on this camera, or at least if it looks like it was taken on this camera, as my posts. So the fact that I can't go to restaurants right now, and I can't go to, you know, on vacations, or just travel different places, or just drive places as easy as I was able to in the past due to like the ongoing coronavirus situation, I've had to adjust a lot of the posts. Even for my YouTube channel, I literally had a whole series planned out for a place that I was supposed to take a trip to. But obviously with everything going on, I wasn't able to. But the good thing is that I had that backup content that I talked to you guys about. So sometimes like you'll be shooting something, you're like, like if there's ever a thought that like pops up into your head, it's always a good idea to just act on it. Like I'll literally be like shooting from one angle and then about to put everything away, and then I'm like, wait a minute, this would look really cool from here. Or wait a minute, since I already have everything set up, let me also just take pictures of this thing. So something that I did before launching, something that I did while launching, and something that I will continue to do through having my page is basically learning from those who are doing what I'm also doing too. So that's basically like following other influencers, other travel vloggers, different things like that. And literally like sometimes people will post to their stories just like different creative opportunities, or even one of my favorite travel influencers, travel bloggers is Sweet Like Oyin. She's literally so sweet, one of the most down-to-earth people I follow on social media. And something that she like posted the other day was basically like she just gave like her little Instagram story, like, you know, those like little GIFs that are used in Instagram stories. She basically said what she searches to be able to get these really cute GIFs, and like it's something like that I would have never known. Like, I also learned from her, like, now that you guys have seen me taking more like vertical pictures, I literally learned that from her. Like, I'm kind of embarrassed to say this, but I just never tilted my tripod in that direction to know that I could be able to take a shot in that portrait mode versus being in landscape. So again, just following people who are also doing the same thing that you aspire to be doing. Not even necessarily people who have a bigger following, because just because someone has a large following doesn't mean that their engagement is at a certain point, but it's just more so following people that you're inspired by and that can also teach you something, I think has been really important, especially in this past month, because again, like, I've literally learned so much from her in this past month. If I wasn't following her, like, who knows how long it would have taken me to get there. And then also on that note is hashtag research. So something that I did before, again, before launching, and even as I go in throughout my posts, is basically doing research on what hashtags certain people are using, or following pages and seeing what hashtags they use to get featured. That's definitely something that's important, especially when it's going to come to my travel posts down the road. There's different like travel pages, like Black Travel Feed or Travel Noir. So you'll tag them in the picture, but then also put a hashtag of whatever hashtag that they have in their bio to be featured. So you never know if you'll get featured, but then also, even if you don't get featured, people will click on the Travel Noir hashtag because they know that it's just going to be a bunch of Black travelers. So again, that's even how I was able to find other Black bloggers, by like putting in a hashtag and then also putting your city followed by blogger. So then that's how you're able to find so many other people who are, again, doing what you want to do, or again, you can find inspiration for them, or whatever the case may be, just by using those hashtags, because they're using those hashtags too. And then you can see what else they use to get featured, or just different things like that. And then what I would say is also important is seeing if there's like a page created for the city that you live in of, again, the same type of community of bloggers. So actually, me being in Cincinnati, there's a page called Cincinnati Bloggers that I'm a part of. And basically what I mean by that is that they have like a Facebook group that we're all able to be a part of. And then there can be events that go on and they'll like just put us on in there. So again, like being in that community group and having people that are literally living within the same distance as you, like doing the same thing as you, is also just something positive to see that, you know, like there's people who are just like you that are also doing these things. So there's Cincy Coco bloggers, and then there's Cincinnati bloggers. So that's 2 whole pages to basically find inspiration from, and to also like collaborate with, like, you know, eventually down the road, once we can actually get out the house. Like, it's just having that community, having that network, because you should want to see those around you grow, and you never know who you can meet as well. So that's the great thing about social media, because literally, like, who would have thought that, I mean, obviously there's people who do certain professions and certain hobbies in every city, but I think it's just cool that, for me personally, like a city like Cincinnati, like I never expected the community to be as big as it is. But that just shows that like blogging and like influencing is like a worldwide thing. Like, you don't have to be in a popular city to be successful as a blogger, as an influencer. I don't know what it is today. Maybe it's because I didn't eat that much, but the wine is actually tasting better than it had in the past. I don't know if it's acting brand new just for this video though, so we gotta stay tuned to see. So I know I said it was important to follow those who do what you want to be doing and follow those who you find inspiration from, but I want to emphasize, just in this journey of basically essentially being a travel and lifestyle influencer, that it's so important for you to actually know what your voice is. I think that it's important to know who you are and know what voice you're trying to project, and like actually just be yourself and be comfortable in that, because no one wants to follow like a carbon copy of someone else. Like, you should be able to like show like whatever it is that you're trying to show in your new and authentic way. Now, when you're following other people, you're able to see what they're doing, but then you can mold it to be in your own way. So it's not like, you know, we're not trying to be like Drake when he was like, Drake?
These niggas, yeah, Drake? Drake? The nigga that got bodied by Pusha T? The nigga that hiding his kid from the world, but his world wouldn't hide from the kid? Aubrey Graham in the wheelchair? Drake?
Yes!
He copied my whole flow, bar for bar, word for word. Like, we're not doing all that. So basically, it's important to actually just be yourself. Like, again, like let your personality shine through, because at the end of the day, that's what people are following you for. Like, yes, like you can be beautiful, you can be talented, but if your personality at least for me, if your personality don't really match your pictures, like it's a dub for me. So I think that's why just with myself, I just try to show my most authentic self, because, you know, like I don't want to pretend like I'm someone else, which is actually funny now that I say this, because literally when I look back at my like old videos, I like cringe, because I remember I used to tell myself like I had to talk in like my YouTube voice. So like my voice used to be like way higher pitched, because I always thought that, I don't know, like having a deep voice wasn't really like a YouTuber voice. But now like I'm literally just talking like how I talk on the phone. Also, as far as it comes to the travel side, I do follow also the page Travel Noir, and through that I was able to find a webinar that was basically covering those who want to be full-time travel influencers, and a woman shared her story, and again, like I was able to like find like a downloadable guide that she had put out for us, and just listen to her talk about something that I want to do, and it was for free. So again, I would have never found out about that if I hadn't done my hashtag research prior to. So it's like these little things, even though you do it way back when, like it can help you so much in the future. So I think that everything just ties into just planning ahead, doing your research, actually seeing what results that you want to have. And setting goals, I think, is important too, as far as being consistent. So that's like saying, okay, like I will post 3 posts per week, and I'm gonna plan them out a week in advance so that I know what the posts are already. So just different things like that, like actually taking it seriously, because I feel like you can't expect people to take you seriously if you don't take yourself seriously. Now, in a perfect world, of course, it would be great to just like blow up out of nowhere, but I think it's important to realize that, you know, you have to actually put work in to see results. And sometimes you're gonna put in work for a long time without seeing results, or without seeing the results that you may want. But I think that it's important, because even no matter what stage that people may come onto your page, like they're eventually going to see those posts that you had started with. So I think it's just important to, you know, just like start versus holding back, because again, speaking from experience, like I could have had this page since November, and y'all know that I traveled in December, which is what's killing me. Like it pains me, because I literally did not, like I could have went off. Like had I been following all these people and had I taken all these steps, like I could have had some bomb content to keep on rolling out still, from Ghana, from Nigeria, from Morocco. But you know, we're not gonna talk about that too much, because you know we're gonna get to see those countries another day. So for plans for the future, basically I've been saying influencer this whole time, because I'm not officially a blogger yet. Because to me, at least, I think that the difference between an influencer and a blogger is that an influencer can be like on social media, but they don't necessarily have to have a blog. Now for a blogger, I think that to be labeled as a blogger, I think that you should have a blog, like you should have a separate website. But that's just my personal opinion. I've seen some people call themselves bloggers, but they don't have a blog. But I personally just don't want to call myself a blogger before like a brand, God, you know, come through, before a brand reaches out and is like, oh, like where's your site, like da da da. But anyways, my plans for the future is that I actually want to have a blog, because writing, again, I think I've spoken about this before, but writing has definitely like been one of my passions growing up, and being able to tie in writing, which I be writing long captions. So being able to tie in writing, and I've written in the past for leisure and also for Her Campus, just different things like that. So I know that, you know, like I actually do like writing, and I've had experience with it. So I feel like for me, it's just more so I just need to actually do the research, and again, like plan ahead, like how many blog posts do I want to generate per month? What's the best browser, or what's the best website builder to use to do this? Do I want to pay someone to make the website for me? Do I want to make the website myself? So it's just things like that. Like I need to actually just set that out, and basically in the next coming, I'm not going to say weeks or months. It's definitely going to be by the end of this year, and hopefully within the next 3 months, I'd say. But just look out for blog posts coming from chinezeslife soon. That's what I'm going to say, soon, until I get a launch date. But I promise y'all, like, I'm going to actually start planning for that, because again, like I don't want it to be put off completely, just like how I ignored like actually putting out this Instagram page. So I don't mind if y'all apply pressure and keep on reminding me like, sis, where's the blog? We waiting for the blog post, because I'm waiting for myself too. But again, like I said, I'm gonna take it more serious, and like actually, because I think for me, now that I have the Instagram page, like I'm kind of getting comfortable, but it's like, nope, it's time to realign, like it's time to set new goals. And I almost have 100 followers on there too. So I'm super proud of that. Like, I don't know, like it just feels weird to me, because like, I don't know, like starting from literally 0 followers and then just seeing it go to 100, like 100 people actually care about this new platform that I have. So that's pretty dope to me. So if you guys are not following me on that Instagram, it is chinezeslife, which is the same name as this. But yeah, guys, to end things off, I basically think that my main thing is just being able to share, and especially now to actually share on Instagram. I think once I realized that I turned my other Instagram into my business page, it kind of made me sad because I'm like, dang, like now all I have is Twitter to just drop my pics on. But you know, like Twitter, like no one's trying to read a long caption, so I feel like I can't really express totally how I'm feeling based on whatever pictures I'm posting. Like I just needed to have this new outlet basically. So the fact that my Instagram is launched, I think definitely just brings me so much peace. But just know that like this is only the beginning and I'm just getting started. Like obviously, like I'm really a small account now, but I still will reach out to brands. I still will tag them. Like I'm still gonna keep on doing that. I think that all of this has taught me also that it's important to bet on yourself. Like I literally have tagged brands that I thought would never respond to my comment, and they'll like respond and comment back, and I'm just like, what? Like really? Like, or just different things like that. So I think again, it's important that when you're doing your hashtags and when you're tagging things, like to actually remember to tag the brands, no matter how big or how small. Honestly, guys, though, I'm like so glad that I actually did launch it, and like fears aside, because of course you're always gonna have that voice in the back of your head telling you that what you're doing isn't good enough and that, you know, it needs more time. And sometimes it does, don't get me wrong, but a lot of the times, like, we literally will sleep on ourselves and sleep on our dreams versus, like, you know, seeing it come to fruition. So I just want you to know, like, my ending thing with this whole, like, basically 1 month update is to let you guys know that like it's not perfect, it's not as glamorous or as perfect as it seems, and of course like I'm just starting off, but I feel like again like there's so much knowledge out on the internet. Again, like learn from those around you, learn from webinars, learn from YouTube. Literally YouTube will teach you so much. I would say, you know, like just start, just keep on going, try not to be too hard on yourself. I feel like that's something that I've been learning like each and every day, because you're literally doing so much better than you tell yourself that you are. Also guys, if you can't tell by the way that I'm chatting, this is doing something. So that brings me to the end of this video. I hope that you guys are able to wind down in some way, shape, or form, whether that's a bath or journaling or, you know, calling a friend or, you know, a little bit of red cab. But as always, thank you guys so much for the support, and I hope that you're tuned in for my next one. Bye guys.